Hi friends, today we have to discuss about that time and distance, that is a part second. In that part second we have to discuss about that the basic concept and the some examples, that types we have to take it. So that first in that we have to discuss about that speed is equal to distance divided by the time. That formula we have to know. With the help of that formula we have to discuss about that the two cases arise. So that first is that is when time is a constant, म्हणजे जेव्हा time constant आहे तेव्हा that will take about that speed is directly proportional to the distance. आता स्पीड जेव्हा डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू डिस्टन्स असेल तेव्हा स्पीड जेव्हा इन्क्रीज होते तेव्हा डिस्टन्स सुद्धा विल टेक अबाउट ॲट द मिनिमम टाइम, that will take about at the distance also increases. Then when speed is a decreases, also distance will be the decreases. Second case arise when distance is a constant, then speed is inversely proportional to the time. When speed is inversely proportional to time, the speed is increases, time decreases. When speed is decreases, time will be the increases. So that with the help of that the both concept we'll take about that the some examples related to the speed, distance and time. So we'll take about that the first example. How long will a boy take to run around a square field of side 25 meters if he runs at the rate of 9 km per hour? So here we have to given that a boy take to run around a square field of side 25 meter. So that the square has the four side and that 25 meter we have to given that the distance. So first of all we will take about that to find the distance, that 25 into 4, because of the square has the four side, so that distance is that is 100 meter. Again we'll take about that we'll have to given that 9 km per hour, that 9 km per hour we have to convert into the meter per second. That 9 we have to multiply by the 5 by 18. So that we have to know again time is equal to distance divided by speed. We have to find the time. So distance is that is 100, speed is that is 9 into 5 by 18. So that conversion we have to take some calculation, we have to take about that 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, then 2 goes to the, that is about that the that 2 is multiplied by the 100, that is a 200 divided by the 5 will get about that the 40 second. So that is your answer. So that time getting for the 9 km per that 25 meter when the boy will be the run around a square will get about that the answer is that is a 40 second. Then we'll take about that the second example. A helicopter covers a certain distance at a speed of 120 km per hour in 5 hours. To cover the same distance in 10 by 3 hours, it must travel at a speed of. So to find the speed in that, we have to given that the option is that is 160 km per hour. Then second option you have to given that 120 km per hour. Third is we have to given that 180 km per hour, and the fourth option we have to given that 140 km per hour. So that here we'll take about that we have to given that helicopter speed is that is 120 km per hour, and the time we have to given that is about that the 5 hours. So that first we'll take about that we have to find the distance. We have to know about that the formula distance, that is the speed into time, and the speed. Second thing we have to calculate the speed, that required speed also we have to say about that. So that speed is equal to distance by time. So that first is we have to calculate the distance. So distance we have to given that the 120 km per hour into 5 will get about that the distance that is a 600 km. Then you have to find the required speed. So that required speed is, that is a speed is equal to distance divided by time. We have to given that. So we have to calculate the distance, that is 600. We have to know about that the time is, that is a 10 by 3. We have to given in the example. So that calculation will take about that 600 will take about that the reciprocal of the 10 by 3, that is 3 by 10. 600 into 3 by 10 will get about that 60 into 3 will get about that the 180 kilometer per hour. The helicopter must travel at 180 kilometer hour. We have to given that the three options will be the correct. Then we can turn about that the next example. The speed of a car A and B are in the ratio 3:5. If car A covers distance of 450 km in 15 hours, then the find time taken by a car B to cover A distance of 25 km. So to find the time about the car B to cover a distance, that is 25 km. So that first of all you have to take about that the first step in that the problem is that, so that we have to find the first is the speed. That speed is equal to distance divided by time. So to find the speed of the A car, that is a 450 divided by 15, it will take about that the 30 km per hour. Then you have to calculate the speed of the car B. The ratio of the speed of a car A and car B is given as 3:5. We can set a proportion to find the speed of car B, that is SA by SB. That here is, that is S is, that is speed of the car A, SB is, that is the speed of the car B. That ratio we have to given, that is 3:5, that 3 by 5. Then we have to calculate the speed of the car A, that is 30. Then we have to calculate the cross multiplication. We have to take about that the speed of car B is, that is a 50 km per hour. Then last step we have to take it, calculate the time for car B. Again we have to know about that the time is equal to distance divided by speed. That TB we have to given that the 2500, and the speed of the car B is, that is a 50. That calculation we have to take it, that is the 50 hours. So that is about that the time, distance and time. Watch more concept about that the numerical aptitude and logical reasoning, that my channel, that is Sudhir R Mane, NA and LR tricks. Thank you very much for watching me. Thank you.